In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Zobo drink that tastes like wine. I'll be using natural sugar instead of the regular refined sugar. Welcome to Tasty Meals with Bella. My name is Bella. Let's get started. First, you rinse the hibiscus leaves thoroughly to remove the dirt and sand or any stones beneath. What I do is I rinse with water and a little bit of salt so the sand can easily go down. I do this like 2 times. Then I go in with cinnamon sticks and some cloves. Please note, don't add too much cloves so that it won't taste bitter afterwards. Just a little is okay. Be careful not to add too much into your Zobo so that you can get the perfect taste. Now go in with your clean water, and then for the pineapple peel I'll be adding now, I thoroughly clean with warm water, salt and some white vinegar. This is to ensure the peels are properly cleaned and free from germs and dirt. This is going to add some pineapple flavor into your Zobo drink at the end of the day. So this pineapple, I already juiced the pineapple juice and some watermelon. So this is the shaft of the pineapple and watermelon juice I made earlier. So I'll be adding that because I want to retain some of the juice in the shaft, and I would also want to boil it together with the Zobo. So I mix up everything properly and I'll cover and allow to boil. So next, this is the juice I got earlier from the pineapples and watermelon. Some people like to add other fruits like apples, oranges, cucumber, and what you have, but I want to keep it simple, so I'm making do with just watermelon and pineapples. So now the Zobo is done boiling. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the Zobo leaves, that's the hibiscus leaves, and strain it out. So I will remove the hibiscus leaves into another bowl, but there's still lots of juice in it, so I'm not going to trash that. I will add some extra water into the hibiscus leaves. I'm removing the hibiscus leaves now because I don't want to add the fruit juice while the leaves is still inside the pot. So be careful because it's very hot at this point. So I'm using this strainer to bring out the hibiscus leaves from the pot. As you can see me doing here, I'm putting it in another bowl. So in this blue bowl you are seeing, I'm going to add some water, then I'll squeeze out the leaves again. So by doing that, I'll still be getting lots more juice from the hibiscus leaves. So now this is the water I juiced out. Can you see how red it is? So imagine me throwing away the hibiscus leaves I took out from the pot. That means I'll be wasting this much. So now this is where we are going to. My friends, for the sweetener, instead of sugar, I'm adding this jaggery. This is jaggery. It's made from sugar cane. It dissolves beautifully and gives the drink a rich caramel-like sweetness that pairs perfectly with the Zobo. Rinse it properly under a running tap because you don't know how it's been handled in the market where you got it from. So I rinse off very well and I break into smaller pieces. Then I go ahead to add it into the Zobo juice in my pot. So you keep stirring until the jaggery is completely dissolved. There's something I also notice about this jaggery. It seems to be like some preservative because the last time I used it, I noticed I forgot to put one of the Zobo in the fridge, and by the time I saw it where I kept it, after 2 days, it still tasted nice. Keep stirring, my friends, until the jaggery is completely dissolved. As you can see, it's melting slowly. This jaggery is very cheap. One of it, I got it for 500 naira. So I used 4 for half pint of Zobo, and it was completely okay for me. So after this, I would cover and allow to simmer for like a minute, and then I'll go in with the fruit juice I showed you earlier. This is it. I'm adding the fruit juice into the pot now. I also want you to remember that watermelon and pineapples have sweet taste. So this is also going to serve as natural sweetener in the Zobo drink. So you see why you don't need sugar at all for this. This is a no date, no sugar, no honey, no sweetener Zobo drink. And I forgot to tell you that while I was juicing my fruit, I added some ginger into the juicer to make it a little bit spicy and tasty. After I added the juice, I turned off the fire and I allowed it to cool down completely. Then I used a strainer to remove any extra particles from the hibiscus leaves. Then you leave it to cool down completely because I'll be transferring into plastic bottles. And I'm done with my naturally sweetened Zobo using Jaggery. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious homemade drinks and meals. Thank you for watching. Bye.